Hi everyone, welcome to my forum. My name is Dr. WAN and I am here today to talk about black beans, how it should be prepared, and why should you even be consuming black beans in the first place. So, black beans nutrition facts and health benefit. So black beans are readily available, inexpensive legume packed with protein that can be enjoyed as the star of the show, a side dish, or baked into dessert. While black beans are high in carbohydrate, they are in the form of resistant starch. So this is another good news here, talking about resistant starch or resistant starches. These are type of meal that I always recommend patients with diabetes to take in the evening. Like so, the next morning your blood sugar value won't spike. So that's the advantage of eating food loaded with such types of starches. So having said that, there's also what we call fiber. There's fiber also in black beans, which are digested slowly and can provide health benefits. Black beans are also a good source of iron, thiamine, folate, and other micronutrients. So having said that, now we're going to look at various aspects now in details. So I will spend some time to explain these types of fiber study when it comes to black beans. Remember, there are two types of fiber, the soluble and the non-soluble ones, which are all very important. So black beans nutrition facts. The following nutrition information are provided by the U.S. Department of Agriculture for half cup of canned black beans, that is 120 grams. So in that measurement or that quantity, you find inside calories, which is 109, fat 0.4 grams, sodium 461 milligram, carbohydrate 20 grams, fiber, which is very high here, 8.3 grams, sugar, which is low, 0.3, potassium 7. Protein 7.39, that's the good news. Folate 73 micrograms and iron 2.3 times 0.17. So now, in regard to the carbs, black beans are rich in carbohydrates and an excellent source of fiber. Like I said before, you have here the two types, the soluble ones and the insoluble ones. Black beans have slow digested carbohydrate because of the resistant starch and no sugar. That's why it is so special for patients suffering from diabetes, all types of diabetes. This means that the carbohydrates in black beans are slowly converted to glucose, and some are not digested at all. So that's why it becomes the ideal meal for patients suffering from diabetes. Another aspect is the glycemic index. The glycemic index of food is an indicator of how much it may affect your blood glucose level. The glycemic index of black beans depends on how they are prepared. If you soak and boil black beans, the average glycemic index is 20, which is moderately low. If you cook them with a pressure cooker or use canned beans, the glycemic index is approximately 30, which is also moderately low. The glycemic load considers both glycemic index and serving. And a half cup of cooked black beans has a glycemic load of 7, which is low. Now let's look at fat. So there are fats, black beans have very little fat, and most of it is polyunsaturated, which is good news. A half cup of black beans has 90 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids and 108 milligrams of omega-6 fatty acid, which is a good news here. With regards to protein, black beans are protein powerhouses with 7.3 grams of protein in a half cup serving. You can enjoy black beans in many dishes to help fulfill your daily protein needs. Vitamins and mineral. Black beans nutrition includes being a healthy source of folate. A half cup of black beans contains 73 micrograms or 18% of the daily value. This nutrient is responsible for producing red blood cells and play a role in preventing neural tube defect during pregnancy. And you see, this is why one of the reasons that I've been saying, say if you come from a poor family, you cannot afford to buy the recommended folic acid for your child when you are preparing to put up a home. I would suggest you make use of black beans as well as green leafy vegetables to avoid the child not to develop what we call neural tube defect. Black beans are a good source of iron, providing 2.3 milligrams or 13% of the DV. Additionally, black beans supply 0.28 milligrams of manganese, 42 milligrams of magnesium, and 0.7 milligrams of thiamine. So you see here again, magnesium plays a key role in managing your blood pressure. So that's the good news here. So you need these black beans also if your blood pressure is spiking. So that's another good thing here, consuming black beans. It does a lot of things. So blood pressure and cholesterol, we shall get to that one also. If you are a vegetarian who relies on beans as a source of iron, it is good to know that eating food with vitamin C such as citrus fruit and tomato may help increase iron absorption. So that's another aspect. So if you are lacking iron, this one is good for you. If you have high cholesterol, this one, black beans, is good for you. If you are having low magnesium, that goes to render your arteries to be more flexible because it has magnesium. That's another good news. Now let's come to health benefit. Like other legumes, black beans are a solid source of lean protein. They also have nutritional advantages. Number one, help regulate blood pressure. As I was saying before, research shows that replacing rapidly digested carbohydrates such as white rice with legume can improve glycemic control in people with diabetes. Another aspect it is the resistant starch may even improve insulin sensitivity. So that's another good news here. If you want to make your insulin now more sensitive, like so you bring down the blood sugar value, then black beans is for you. Another thing here is digestion. Improve digestive health. Foods high in resistant starch may also act as prebiotics, promoting healthy gut flora. So I made a video before talking about prebiotics and probiotics. So the prebiotics comes first. They prepare the terrain for the probiotics now to act properly. So good thing is black beans is a prebiotic, so that's already a good news. Dried beans have more resistant starch than canned ones. So I would say don't go into canned food. Get it dry, prepare it yourself, and you should be fine. Another aspect is antioxidants. Provide helpful antioxidant. Black beans also contain phytonutrients, mainly polyphenols, in the coating. These may be beneficial as antioxidant. Another aspect is chronic disease. Reduce risk of chronic disease. Studies show that a fiber-rich diet can help maintain weight loss and aid in metabolic health. It can also reduce the risk of heart disease and certain cancers. And so this point is very important here because the fact that it has magnesium has a lot to do with your DNA structure, and that's why cancer cases might be resolved while you're on black beans. I'm not saying all type of cancer, but certain type of cancer, yes, like the colon cancer, that should be the one we are saying here. Provide plant-based protein. This is another one. Protein here, it is plant-based. It has nothing to do with animal. So vegan is the right thing here. Black beans are a good source of protein, iron, and fatty acid, particularly if you are vegan or vegetarian who avoids animal protein. Now, another aspect here is allergies. Black beans allergies are not common but can be a concern for people allergic to peanuts, soy, or legumes. Black beans are closely related to peanut beans, kidney beans, green beans. So allergies to one may mean you are sensitive to the other. Now, coming back to adverse effect, the only adverse effect here could be the quantity of magnesium, that is, if you are using the one that are found in cans. So, canned black beans and other types of beans tend to be high in sodium. Research shows that simply draining and rinsing canned beans can reduce sodium significantly. Draining beans can reduce sodium by up to 36%, whereas rinsing and draining can reduce sodium by 41%. So this is a very important thing for those who choose to get these black beans in cans. Therefore, if half cup of canned beans contains about 460 milligrams of sodium, draining and rinsing the beans can reduce sodium to about 271 milligrams. Most dried black beans need to be soaked in water before use. Soaking softens and rehydrates the beans, reducing cooking time. In addition, soaking helps remove some substances that can cause digestive issues, such as flatulence and gas. What we say, you break the wind. So that's just the only two negative things that might occur with black beans. But if you cook it the right way, you won't have any trouble. So when you choose to do what we are saying here, discard the water before cooking your black beans. So what I'm saying here, you soak these black beans, then rinse it, discard this water, then you can now do the cooking. Not after cooking you throw the water away, because if you do that you lose the mineral. So again, soak it overnight. The next morning you throw away that water, which might also contain phytic acids, like so you won't have this flatulence. So that's it. I know there are varieties of black beans, but again, make sure it is black. The more it is black, the more successful it is going to be. Now, another important thing is aging. There's what we call telomerase. as we are growing older, the telomeres get shorter. Telomeres are like shoelaces. If you can lace your shoe, you can understand what I'm saying. So when you eat black beans, it slows down the shortness of these telomeres. So it is part of our DNA. So we get older because of apoptosis. So those telomeres now, their length reduces. So when you eat black beans, it tends to slow them down. So aging becomes slow. It keeps you younger and healthy. So that's the good news here. Once more, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like it, share it with all your loved ones, ask questions, and I'm more than here to answer. Once again, thank you for listening. I am Dr. WAN. Ciao.